going on? It's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you are checking out Three Count Podcast.
Hit him with a, pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Now know we all on the top rope.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don Chaz Evans, and you're checking out the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. Oh, buddy, it's season 3. Let's go down the roster. We got an awesome show. I can't wait for this show. We got the whole gang is here today. So let me introduce my team, my faction, my squad. Introducing first, he is the Red Dog of Red Dogs. He's the landlord of the Dog Pound. He's the producer of the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. He's also the host of the award-winning, that's right, I said it, award-winning podcast interview show called Now Into the Ring, which has just celebrated its 200th episode. You need to go check that out, featuring Chris Van Vliet. Do it again, Anthony. 200. That's right. Chris Van Vliet, 200th episode. So go check that out. He is Cliff Red Dog Miller.
That's right. It's the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on to get the job done. And as my friend would like to say it,
now entering the ring, Clifford Red Dog Miller.
Okay, so
really?
Wow.
Really?
So
wow.
You did
that guy.
I like it, dude.
Shout out to Diane Michelle for that, man. I definitely appreciate that one so much.
He's been planning that. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
He's been planning that.
JJ probably has a boner right there. Look at his face.
Oh man, let's continue going down the roster. Introducing next, he's Cliff's best friend. He's the heater. He's the heater of the 3 Count Podcast. He's El Diabito. He's the diabetic one himself. He is Lou the franchise.
It is your favorite wrestling known Samoan, the diabetic one, Lou the franchise.
You're not even Samoan.
I'm Samoan.
I'm Samoan.
We're cousins.
We are cousins. We are.
I will see you on hell very soon.
Let's keep on going. He is my little brother. That's the only reason he's on this show. He's also muted. That is his cue to unmute himself. He is the napster. He always takes a nap. He probably was napping like 5 minutes before we got on here. He doesn't watch any wrestling. He only watches What Culture and Ollie Davis and Wrestle Talk. And he checks out highlights on YouTube. But he is the Q master. He's the drip master himself. My little brother, Josh Evans.
Is this on? Hello? Can you guys hear me? All right, cool.
Can't hear
Prepare for debate, and I can't even. Nope, it wasn't even gonna work out. We're gonna try it next week. We'll try it next week.
Wow.
Try again. We'll try it again. Try again. We'll try it again. Go ahead. And he is my little brother, Josh Evans, JJ.
Preparing for debate. No, it's not gonna work. Just next.
My man wrote this out 3 minutes ago. Just didn't even recite it. Didn't even practice it. He's like, I'm just gonna wing it and hope it works.
That was the point. But thanks. Sidewalks keeping up the street. Chitty banging. Study every day in. That's all.
All righty. Great. It's always great to have my little brother on the podcast. And last but certainly not the least, he is the Dark Lord himself, all the way from Hell, Utah. He is the motherfucking supervillain. He is the Dark Lord, the Dark Master. He is the leader of Organization 13, Master Xehanort himself, Damien Fatal.
Look, I got fresh air, mountains, and desert. I'm good. It's actually kind of warm outside.
No, facts. That's facts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the season 3 premiere of the debate show. We want to say welcome to all of our live viewers. As you can see, new year, new us. We got a whole new setup. We're now running through Streamlabs, StreamYard, Stream something, whatever.
StreamYard, yeah.
So shout out to StreamYard for helping us out. Look at this awesome graphic, these logos and everything. It looks good. Year 3, we're moving up in the world. So what have you guys been up to for the past month we've been gone? Before we get right into our debates and everything, what you guys been up to?
I moved to the mountains on the West Coast. I'm in Utah.
What is it like living with Mormons now?
They're very nice. They're much nicer than the douchebags that live in Maryland. At least they say hi when they walk past. Like, dude, I have never been so calm and serene in my life.
Turn that light on. You are no longer the Dark Lord.
No. I have to have some kind of normalcy.
This man moved to Maryland and was like, I found a Mormon. Moved out of Maryland, moved to Utah, found a Mormon way. That's what he did. And he was like, the red light is camouflage, but I'm really the white light. He's no longer the Dark Lord. He's the Light Lord.
Dude, there's so much light around here. Only time it gets dark is at night.
It's funny because it's weird seeing that through your window, Damien, that there's light outside, and
I know.
Weird.
Right?
I'm like, I'm so used to you being on this side of the country, and I look over to my window and it's dark and snowing.
Yeah, no, it's 3:39 in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's 5:39 over here. It's the evening. It's dinner time.
Nope. We just got done lunch.
That's awesome. But all right, let's get through some announcements. You guys came to hear us to debate. We got an awesome debate shows lined up for you guys. So let's get through some announcements. The 200th episode, you heard me say it, introducing Cliff. The 200th episode has dropped. Okay, it is on YouTube. It is released on all podcasting platforms. If you did not know, then now you know, player. Chris Van Vliet, CVV, is our 200th guest. An awesome interview. You just got to check it out. I can tell you everything that was on there, and it still wouldn't do the interview justice. You got to go check that interview out. Also, buy a shirt.
Hey, yeah, where's your guys' shirts at, fuckers?
All right, so I'm in Utah in the mountains. It is cold.
You just moved. I understand that it's probably packed in some boxes. I understand.
It is cold. I am wearing a hoodie. You lucky I'm not wearing my big old fur coat. It is cold.
Put it on.
Which, by the way, when we launch our What a Maneuver store, you can actually buy your hoodie on the site.
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
That is factual. Yeah, buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod. That's the number 3. Don't you dare type in THREE, the number 3. Also, follow us on all of your favorite social medias, as you can see right there in the middle of your screen. Twitter, 3count_pod. Instagram, all one word, 3countpod, and TikTok, 3countpod. Like us on Facebook, the 3count podcast. Listen, you have no excuse to not follow us on social media. Okay, if you didn't hear me say it in the beginning of the show, guess what? It's gonna be right there, right. I think this is the way up.
Yeah, it's kind of on the corner for you.
Yeah, right there.
That's JJ, not the things.
Yeah, right there. The entire show. It'll be the entire show, hopefully, unless Cliff decides to take it down. So you can follow us throughout the entire show. Thank you for all of our live viewers who are checking us out on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We appreciate you all. And for those who are listening on our podcast platform, thank you for tuning in on your morning commute or whatever part of the day you are listening to us. So with that being said, it's time for Match of the Week.
Well, first, I want to say something before, okay? Because we do have episodes of Now Entering coming out this week, and we definitely need to talk about that because we had episode 201 just drop on Thursday with Sal Esparza, the superstar. Some call him a superstar. I call him a dick kicker. We'll say what it is. We're gonna keep it moving though.
Wow.
We're gonna move it. So let's talk about what's coming out. So this Tuesday, you guys are gonna get Merc. It's gonna be Now Entering the Ring. It's a lot of fun talking with him. You guys will also get the first episode of Now Entering the Ring 201 featuring Sicken. He's going to be returning back to the show. And then right after that on Thursday, you guys are going to get J.S. Hawthorne will be joining us in Now Entering the Ring. So there you guys go. Go check them out. You can find them on all your favorite podcasting streaming services, or you can just go on YouTube and just watch the videos.
Ain't that the guy that beat you on Christmas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I didn't watch that episode. Did something happen?
Let's get down to our match of the week. All right. So for those of you who don't know what match of the week is, we're just going to give you what we felt like was our match of the week. It could be any match in the world of wrestling. It could be a match that was on TV, on the indies, on pay-per-view, on Fight, on IWTV. I don't care. If it was a wrestling match, if you liked it, it could be your match of the week. So, with that being said, Cliff, what is your match of the week that is not your match of the week because of the power rankings?
Right. Yo, so let's get to talking about what happened at GCW. So, if you guys don't know, great event that happened, but my match from that show, let's be real, he's the new ECW television champion, Matt Cardona, beating Rhino.
No.
I was expecting the.
Not gonna happen.
I wasn't even gonna waste it on that.
I was waiting. I was like, I'm waiting on it, and it happened.
GCW don't do it for me anymore. But let's go with you, Damien. What you got? Match of the week.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I can say this out my mouth. You know what? I can't. I don't have one. I do have one, but I don't think I could live with myself if I agreed that my match of the week is from Planned Parenthood. So we're just gonna drop that.
I think I know what match it is too.
Don't you bitch.
No, I can't admit to that. Sorry, son.
Admit it.
Nope.
It's awesome though because all that Utah air has gotten him to like Planned Parenthood.
So yeah, we're just gonna leave that alone. Y'all can speculate all you want. I'm taking that to the grave.
All righty then.
I mean, it was a good match too. That's the messed up part about it. Real good.
What match is it?
Not saying it. We'll
I think I know what it is. I'm about to say it.
I'll do it off the record.
It's off record.
All right, go ahead. What do you got, JJ?
Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, that tag match. Boom. Shots fired. I think that's Damien's match too. He won't admit it or deny it, but that's his match. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Anthony, what do you got? What's yours?
What the Drip Master said, fucking Jurassic Express versus fucking John Silver and Alex Reynolds on Rampage for the titles. That was a fucking baller match.
Easy money.
That was a bomb tag match, but that's not my match of the week. So I'm going with a match on that same show, but I'm going with crazy enough, Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia for the TNT title match. I think that match kind of was a banger as well. I see Josh's face. I like the tag match, and me being a tag team wrestler myself, so I can always the tag match. But I don't know. It's just something. I like Daniel Garcia. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Daniel Garcia is, really grown on me. I watched some of his stuff before he got signed too, so that kind of helps his case as well. But yeah, that's my match of the week. So for those of you who are watching us live, what do you think your match of the week is? Drop it in the chat, and we will we'll probably talk about it. Maybe not. Depends on how Cliff feels.
It's very rude that you're like, Matt Cardona, no, that's not the match of the week. Clearly, it got under your skin, so it's definitely up on your radar.
I just don't have. I don't like GCW.
That's fine. But you know what's funny is that as soon as I mentioned, you were like Matt Cardona.
No,
ECW
no,
television
it wasn't.
champion.
No, it's not him. I like Matt Cardona and everything he's doing. I just don't like GCW.
Wow. Wow,
Changing the game. So. But anyway, all right, let's get to our first debate topic. All right. So this has been talked about in the Twitterverse and the IWC for the past couple of days. It was also mentioned in the article saying that will Tony Khan's AEW beat Vince McMahon at his own game with being that wrestling. So the question we're going to pull up from that article is, does AEW have blood too much? Do they do blood too much in their matches? So let's start the order like this. Let's go with Anthony. Then we'll go Damian. Then we'll go Cliff. Then we'll go me, and then Josh will be at the end.
All right. So this is everybody's opinion. That's the thing. Is my opinion on it is I love the late 90s wrestling where you had blood everywhere, fucking people fucking using razors and cutting themselves open. AEW doing this hits my heart a little bit, gives me a little nostalgia, and I don't think they're using too much blood.
See, I'm from that time too, where there was just nothing but like blood and guts. I mean, pay-per-views, yeah, but like regular shows, that's probably too much. I guess that's where I stand with it.
Yeah, you know what? I find it interesting though, because like we talk about it being used too much, but I don't really see it all that often on their regular shows. I just see it a lot more like on their specials, right? So like whether winter's coming or like New Year's Bash, New Year's Eve Bash, whatever it's called, or on their pay-per-views. And it's not like it happens in every single match. So I can't say that I agree with that statement. I don't think they use it a lot. But the problem I do have with it is that it does happen when they get busted a hard way a lot. And that part is probably like a safety concern. Like that probably should be addressed. So I think for me, just saying wise, I'm gonna lean no. I don't think it's too much. I just think that some precautions need to be taken care of though, because like both Hangman and Daniel Bryan were busted open, and nope, sorry, not that show, but they were bleeding. So I don't know. I'm gonna lean towards no. I don't think they use it a lot.
Yeah, I gotta go with you. I gotta go with everybody else on this one. I don't think they use it a lot. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I think we've seen a lot of blood coming from them with certain matches. Over the past couple of weeks, I know we had Hangman and Daniel Bryan. We saw blood. The match on Rampage with the ladies, which was a bloody mess. Which I don't want to necessarily say that they do it too much. I will say when the match calls for it, there is blood, which is a good thing. And I think that's something that you want to have, is that like if we are doing a hardcore match, like for example, the Tay Conti and Anna Jay and all them, that what they were doing, yeah, this should be blood. Like we got thumbtacks, you're hitting people with chairs and all these weapons and all that stuff. Yeah, we should see some blood, of course. That gives that illusion of the the match. So I agree that yeah, this should be some blood, but is it too much? No, it's not like every week, every Wednesday night on TBS, we're seeing, someone's getting busted open like a stuffed pig. So I don't think necessarily there is too much. I think it's just enough.
I'm gonna be a part of someone that says like blood, I think, can only amplify the match if it's used for the right circumstances. That's how I feel about it. I think that the matches that we've had with AEW kind of the circumstances met the criteria to use blood. Um, I just don't think that it's, a bad thing or it's overused in what people are trying to say it is. That's just my opinion. I think like if you're going to use blood, go ahead use it, but you should only use it in certain stipulations or in certain circumstances or in certain feuds. That's just how I feel about it.
And the funny thing about it is that, the same people who was talking about, oh, it's too much, are the same people who were having fits that WWE wasn't doing enough blood. And that, oh, they took away blood. Oh, they took away my blood in wrestling. Although they're the same people who are like, oh, AEW is doing too much blood. They're unsafe. And what about hepatitis and AIDS? Like, it's just, everyone's fickle. Like Daniel Bryan said it. Fickle, fickle, fickle.
Well,
I think the problem
fans of everything, they're always fickle.
That's true.
I think the bigger problem is just that it's like I said, like I don't think they use it too much, but there are some safety precautions that need to be taken into place, right? Like just dudes like taking bumps kind of funny and then just getting hitting their head split open. Perfect example of something that was unsafe that probably should have been thought about, the chair shot that Cody took. But when you think about it in a large scheme of things over the last like 3 years at AEW, like has there really been like a lot of blood? No. I mean, if you're really trying to get into it, like that, you're probably this probably started because of Tay Conti and the Bunny, right? Like they're in that tag match where they're just soaked in blood. Where one was like, I won't say kayfabe, but it just wasn't as bleeding as maybe like the Bunny was, right? She was just gushing out. But I think that's where it starts from. And people are just like always acting like they need to be concerned and stuff. They're like, there's too much blood going on here, and I don't like the looks of it. And it's like, y'all need to just chill. Just chill, because you were so mad. Like you said, we have the Elimination Chamber over on WWE, and guess what? No one bleeds in a chamber where like the first couple of years that it was around, people were just getting busted open all over the place.
That's facts.
I'm gonna pick up on what you said, Cliff. Like with the chamber, I think like blood in the chamber, it would actually enhance the match. It would actually make it, more prestige and more. Oh, it's a dangerous work of mankind that these people are going in. It makes it more gladiator like. So in that case, you can use blood. I just think it just depends on the match, honestly, or the circumstance.
Factual, like I saying, and on that same wavelength of like certain matches, Hell in a Cell, right?
Yeah.
And I know Damian and Cliff and Anthony, y'all could attest. Those first first years of Hell in a Cell, every time that Hell in a Cell match came around, either one or both people who were in the match were bleeding.
Oh, at least, at minimum.
Yeah, like at least, and like it gave that like that aura to Hell in a Cell. Like back in the day when someone announced that there was a Hell in a Cell match, it gave you chills.
Yeah,
like that was the match. Like, oh shoot, it's hell. They're going inside that thing. Like, whereas now it's like, okay, yeah, let's put the red cell there, and it doesn't give it that ominous feel to it. So. I gotta agree with when certain matches you gotta have it.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Like it like certain matches it makes sense, and sometimes like you don't. Not saying that you have to every time you have a match you gotta someone's got to get busted open, but when the match calls for it, show some color. Like these are human beings. It's already bad enough that you're punching somebody in the face and, you don't see a bruise. Their face is not turning red and whatnot. Like, so you gotta keep up that illusion. So yeah, I got
tough skin, buddy. You didn't know that?
That's what I've been told. And
Yeah, no, it takes a lot to bruise.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
But if I punch Johnny who's down the hall right now, I bet you he's gonna start bleeding.
I don't know, man. I've seen some people that you've duffed that you just knocked them out, and you had to cradle them all the way back down. You're like, oh god.
I did. I mean, I've done that a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
I've knocked someone out and just held them like a little child because they thought they could try me, and I had to let them know that these hands are rated E for everyone, especially you.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Look what you've become. You're growing up.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. It's time for my favorite segment right next to the power rankings. It's time for Tip Check.
Tip check.
All right. Yeah. Anthony, he's like, all right. For those who don't know what Temp Check is, we're gonna go around and we're gonna tell you who do we think is our hottest or our coldest wrestler going into this week. This is our first Temp Check of the year. I'll start us off by saying that the hottest wrestler going into this week, he is my tribal chief. He is your tribal chief. He is the man that sits at the head of the table. He is the longest reigning Universal Heavyweight Champion in history. Roman Reigns.
Primo. Yeah.
That is the hottest wrestler going into the week. Coldest wrestler going into the week. I didn't think that through. I just know I had Roman as my hottest wrestler. You know what? Coldest wrestler has got to be. I gotta say, it's crazy enough. You know what? Can I change everything? I'm changing. Nope. I take it back.
Nope.
I take it back. It's my show. I take it back. My hottest wrestler is not Roman Reigns. My hottest wrestler is Wardlow. That's my hottest wrestler of the week is Wardlow. That's my hottest wrestler going. My coldest wrestler, I don't have one. So yeah, Wardlow is my hottest wrestler going the week.
Okay.
So all right, go ahead, Cliff. So we go Cliff, Lou, JJ, and then Damien.
Bet. So my hottest wrestler of the week, it's going to be pretty simple to say, because while you may have chosen the tribal chief and then changed it to Wardlow, I'm actually going to say Seth Rollins. I mean, him coming over, like cutting the promo that he did and just setting himself up for success. I like seeing Seth over there, so I'm going to say he's the hottest. Coldest wrestler of the week. Boy, a lot of people are going to get upset about this. Big E. That's it. That's all I need to say.
Hottest wrestler, I'm not doing the coldest. Hottest wrestler is Sammy Guevara getting his title back.
All right, JJ.
All right, cool. I thought he was gonna do cold, but I guess not. I'm kind of doing a toss up here for hottest wrestler, maybe Sammy or Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So I mean, like either or. Coldest wrestler has to be Natalia. I don't know what was that. I turned on the SmackDown, was it? I can't remember. But I turned it on, and immediately all I see is she gets rolled up by Aaliyah. Aaliyah wins a match. What? 2022. Welcome. You know.
So, if anybody hasn't realized that JJ is officially a Planned Parenthood fan now.
Oh yeah, I figured that.
I didn't say that.
Everything that you said on the show so far says it.
Hi, Keith.
No, I'm just giving him props where it's due, you know.
What was your match of the week?
Fair. It's called being fair.
When the fuck are you ever fucking fair?
Do you want me not to be fair? It's season 3. My new motto now is to be fair.
I like it. I'll give that one to you. I like it.
You want me to go back to being season 2, JJ?
No,
and I'll, find any little nitpick to shit on the show.
You just did. You're like, I don't know what that was about Aaliyah.
I don't know.
Can't be happy the fact that Aaliyah is undefeated on the main roster.
That wasn't nitpicking. That was
shitting
just
all over her
travesty,
victory.
okay?
Look, Aaliyah had the fastest win in SmackDown history over a former women's champion. You better put some respect on Aaliyah's name.
She's the number one contender now.
Here's the thing.
Do you think she's winning?
Right? But what is she going to do next? What are they going to
Do you
lead
think
up
she's
to?
winning? That's what I'm about to say. You think she's winning?
No, I'll tell you what's going to happen. She's going to probably throw Natty over in the Rumble. That's probably what's going to happen. She's probably going to eliminate Natty. And they'll have a blow-off match on, like, SmackDown or something. That's probably what's going to happen. At least.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that was just funny to me. I just like, oh, coldest wrestler. That's easy. I literally just turned on the TV and literally all I see is her getting rolled up 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what? Huh? I was like, that's cold. But yeah, that's it.
All right, Damien.
Hottest wrestler.
That's right. My tribal chief. Your tribal chief. Our tribal
chief.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to acknowledge him. Put your one in the air right now. Acknowledge him. There you go.
If I turn my phone upside down, it's up, so we're good. Coldest. Oh man, so I've been really disappointed in all of wrestling. So that's my coldest wrestler right there.
Every wrestling fucking match and promotion.
Yep, except for Roman. That's all I got.
I haven't wrestled in this past month, so I can't say.
I'm talking about this.
You count too.
I just so disappointed.
That's fucked up, man. Okay, you clearly didn't watch my match.
You're right. I didn't. I haven't got a chance to get there yet. I have a job.
You can't be disappointed in every wrestling then. You haven't watched mine.
Fine. All the shit that's on TV. You happy?
There, yeah, you're damn right. Because I'm on the internet, not on TV.
I'm on the internet.
Fine. There you go. Mainstream wrestling, I am very been disappointed. That is my coldest.
Hey, really quick, I'm gonna put this comment up. So just so you guys can see it. It should pop up here in a second.
Oh, there it is. Hottest wrestler, MJF. Coldest of all roster.
I can't be mad at that.
This man, hey, Rodney, you get a round of applause.
First off, will you give Chase his toy back?
The funny thing is this: it's not his toy. This was given to me for the podcast, but he has taken it every time and has used it as his toy. So it is not a toy. I'm glad I can finally use it for what it was intended to use for, the podcast.
Entertain a 2-year-old?
Like, gee, no, bro, he loves this thing. Like the drum roll he like goes,
on cue and everything.
On cue. Then when his fart, he laughs. He goes. He starts giggling. I'm like, this is mine. This is not even a toy.
Well, rule number 1 of being a parent: everything that you thought was yours is no longer yours.
Oh yeah,
facts. It's the same thing with getting married too. So I mean, you kind of screwed, my friend.
Oh yeah, it was funny. My wife, we went to church this morning, and when we got there, I saw that she had a scarf on, and I realized that was my scarf. And I was
That's
like,
about right.
Like I'm, we taking our jackets off, and I see it. I'm like, that's my scarf, and she goes, and
exactly.
Facts. Like if that's not the hardcore. Yeah, you know the rule, man. What's hers is hers, and what's yours is hers.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
It's fine.
I thought my 3-count podcast shirt today was in her closet.
There you go. See.
That's see my merch, like my actual merch. She was wearing it. I'm like, I actually wrestle in that. She's like, okay, you don't wrestle until like February. What's the point? Anyway, let's go on to our next debate topic. All right, debate topic number 2. Oh, hurrah, I'm ready for this one. So, WWE broke the internet. I think it was last week. Broke the internet when they announced that Impact Knockouts champion Mickie James will be in this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. So, with WWE now opening the forbidden door, I hate using that term because now it's just a throwaway term now. But
It is.
it's a throwaway term now. We've said it so much over the course of 2021. Now I'm just like, yeah, the forbidden door is not forbidden anymore. But WWE has kicked open that door, and so what do we? So the question is, will WWE work with other promotions in the future? So that is the question. We know that they're working with Impact now, a actual working relationship. They are, have their talent over there. We've seen them, mention Impact in as far as the things that other wrestlers have done at Impact, and even so far as having like Jericho come back on like the network special for the Stone Cold podcast. So they've done that, but never on like their weekly episodic TV show base. Whereas we see like, Knockouts champion and them actually announcing that she is the Knockouts champion. So will WWE work with any other promotions in the future? All right, we'll start with you, Damian, then we'll go Cliff, then we'll go JJ, then we'll go Anthony, and then I'll come at the end.
So I honestly feel like this was a happy accident, if that makes any sense. I mean, throughout wrestling, other promotions have worked together. It's not like this is the first time. I mean, it's pretty cool that they're doing it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of big circumstances of the reason why this is being allowed to happen. Because is Mickie actually signed to Impact, or is she just doing it like a deal by deal, like day by day kind of situation?
It's appearance by appearance.
Okay, so that would make sense. Like, even let's just say WWE wasn't paying attention to Impact, didn't really know she was actually on their show, and just hit her up out of the blue. Hey, we got the spot. Do you want to do it? Then finding out, oh, well, this is what she's doing. Well, see if you're able to do that date. It's kind of like a happy accident. I feel like with the right circumstances, yeah, that could happen anywhere. It's just the circumstances have to be right. And that's like, period. That's on all sides. That's Planned Parenthood, New Japan, you know what I mean? Impact, all of them. Just the circumstances have to work for everybody. We already know that. It's the only way that it's going to work. You're not going to just let somebody take your guy from another promotion and completely dog the shit out of him. You know what I mean? That's not helpful.
It's funny, man, because like you made a good point that like everybody's gonna have to kind of work together. But there's like a lot of rumors, because I know that Roxy, she was training at WWE in the Performance Center just a little bit ago doing a tryout. So there's a lot of things kind of moving on, especially with her recently just dropping the ROH title. So there might be a good chance that she pops up in the Royal Rumble, because she dropped the title to Deonna Purrazzo. And knowing that Mickie is going to be in the Rumble as well, you might see like Roxy, she might pop up. Will they acknowledge that she was a former ROH champion? Who knows? We don't know. But it's crazy to think that there's not a possibility with WWE wanting to work with Impact. Who else might be coming over, right? Will we see, I'm assuming that he may not be there, but will W. Morrissey be in there? Because, Big Cass used to work over at the E, and then he left. Is there possibilities of Matt Cardona? Is GCW going to be involved? Now that WWE is kind of getting involved with like another promotion, I think we're, as fans, like all kind of want other promotions to jump in as well. And I think like one of the bigger ones, we'll see what happens if New Japan jumps in with them. I know that Okada has been kind of talking about CM Punk and Bryan Danielson. Like, there's all sorts of crazy conversations going on, but I'm very curious to see if that door gets opened up any wider, and maybe we might see, maybe a Dr. Britt Baker DMD show to the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I'm just saying, with this, the possibilities open up, and it's really cool, and I'm really hyped for it. So, we'll wait and we'll wait in due time.
Who's going next?
Sorry, my bad. All right, so I think that it's a good thing. I remember Rodney. He might have commented. I saw his little comment. He said that they should have waited and not teased it, which I agree. However, in this day and age, nothing is like everybody knows everything. If you're a fan, you know what's happening before it happens. So honestly, I just think it just opens up the door for so many possibilities. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. WWE, they shouldn't have this like sort of like feudal Japan-esque type of way of thinking where it's like, okay, our talent's not going anywhere. We're not going to mention anybody. No one else exists type of mentality. So, I mean, it can only be good for the business.
I think that the WWE working with other promotions that don't pose a threat to them is a possibility with Vince McMahon in control. I think that they're not going to really work with AEW. Chris Jericho's one off because of who he is and what he's done for the industry. But I don't think they're going to want to partner with AEW, have them come on to one of their live shows or anything like that. Once he's out of complete control and ran by other people, I do think that is a possibility, but not right now.
It's my turn. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, we can't. It's my turn. I can't hear y'all.
Yes, go.
I'm sorry.
Go. It's you. God.
Sorry.
So what happens when you step away from the computer?
I had to drive. You're right. It is. That's what happens. What were we talking about again?
Is it good for WWE to work with
your anal beads?
God.
You're the one that asked the question.
I need everybody to just put the L in the chat. Please just put an L in the chat just for Chaz. And then you can even put L for Chaz. I don't care.
So the funny thing is this, my Twitter name at one point was Serving L Jackson because I was serving L's. I guess I should change it to Taking L's Jacking.
Boom.
Anyway, so do I think they're going to use work other promotions? So here's the thing. I think that Impact is as far as they go. I don't think that they will work with anybody else unless something monumental or something major happens in the wrestling world. I don't think we're going to see an AEW superstar go be in the Rumble. I don't think at SummerSlam we're going to see Kenny Omega versus such and such. I just don't see it happening. Not an L, he gets an F. Thanks. Appreciate it. It wouldn't be the first time I failed. I technically failed English 12, so I don't know how I got my my GED. I just don't see it happening. WWE has made it very clear that they are not in the business that AEW is in, and that's wrestling. They've said that multiple times. They are not in the wrestling business. They're the entertainment business. So I think Impact is as far as it goes, especially with them being a former talent. Like, I don't think now is not. I don't think that they won't use like a guy like Moose. Hopefully not. Or like Sammy Callahan or something like that. I just think that right now, like this first opening of the Forbidden Door for WWE, it's going to be for people that are former talent. So like your Mickey James, Kurt Hawkins. Who else is over there?
Matt Cardona,
yes. Like, I would pop to see him in the Rumble. I would
pop. Do you think Steve Macklin makes a return to E for that?
I doubt it. But like a Rhino, people like former talents, I feel like will be for that Forbidden Door. Like, I don't see them working with New Japan. That they tried, that didn't happen.
No, I'm just thinking like now that you say that, I'm like, well, there's Heath Miller and the Good Brothers. And I'm like, I could definitely see the Good Brothers being like, yeah, I totally want to work for Paul Heyman and Paul Levesque again.
Right.
Even if it is just one show.
So yeah, I don't think they will. I think it's clearly just Impact, and I also think it's a one-time only thing.
Oh, definitely. Hands down.
It's weird. Even just I had to stare at that tweet for a good 5 minutes before I even liked and did a quote tweet before I could put my 2 cents out there. I just had to look at it. Was like, is this really coming from the WWE Twitter handle?
I mean, it makes sense.
It
does. The best place to do something like that is at the Royal Rumble.
Correct. Exactly.
Really, you can't get butthurt.
Exactly. It is the perfect place.
Like the only place, actually, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Unless you're like, if you're doing like the Survivor Series team and then you like make storyline sense, I think that'd be the only other thing possible.
Yeah, that's way too much work. Royal Rumble only.
Right, yeah, exactly. See, yeah, like I said, you got to start making it make storyline sense. But the Rumble, yeah, anybody can show up. They are saying there are rumors going around talking about that there is this big, name that's supposed to drop, that's supposed to really kick the Forbidden Door open. I don't think it's who we think it is. I don't think it's Jericho.
Please don't let it be Jericho.
Jericho is the name that's been floating around that I've seen. I don't know if anybody else has seen any other names.
No, he just needs to stay on tour, please. No.
Like, oh no, he's back on Dynamite.
I work Wednesday nights.
Oh, you're lucky.
It's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
It's John Moxley.
Isn't he in rehab?
He's gonna be back. So fun. It's crazy you say it like that. Like, thoughts with John as he's
yeah.
But
when does he get out?
The next he's scheduled to be at the next GCW event on the 28th of January.
That's next week. Oh shit.
Yeah, they announced that. They announced that last night.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay. Well then, he might be. Well, I'm gonna say the Rumble the 29th. Where's the Rumble at? Where's the Rumble at?
Is it
now.
Texas?
Isn't it?
I don't remember. Someone in the comments, let us know. We don't remember.
Wait. That's weird. I'm gonna say no. It can't. Well, nah. Texas is a big state, so I can't say because Mania's in Texas. That'd be weird for them to have.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, but that'd be weird for them to have 2 of their big 4 in the same state.
No, it ain't.
What year have they done that though?
Yes, they have.
When? Where is our
I don't know.
St. Louis.
They've been around way too much. Who knows?
The Dome of America Center. The Dome at America Center in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, okay. And where's GCW at? Do you know where GCW is?
Oh, he's gonna make him look it up.
I'm gonna make him look. And he decided to look up the Rumble, so I'm making him look for GCW. Because I'm just curious, because like that could be that legit could be a thing. It could be.
Yeah, well, okay, but to be fair, you say that, right? But we know that somebody was not expected to be at All In, right? Because he was working a show that afternoon, and he got on a plane, he did the show, came in, did his one spot, Jericho being that guy, and then flew to the next state, and then and then did a performance with Fozzy. That's so nice. It's very much like it's a possibility, man.
I mean, if it like I said,
and it's in the Hammerstein. It's in Philly. I forgot. It's at the Hammerstein.
Okay.
How did I forget it was in Philly?
So
we have Sam Latourna coming on the show. By the way, full spoilers. Sam Latourna's coming on the show Monday, following the weekend of the GCW.
But it might be Jericho. Like I just if they're talking like
thanks, Can Man,
this big name that's what you call it. That's supposed to be, really kick the door in. It's supposed to be, for the men. It might be Jericho. I don't know who else it could be. Really.
Anybody else?
Facts. I would. Man, it's gonna be Okada.
It better not be. It better not be.
I was just gonna fucking say that.
It's gonna be Okada. It's gonna be Okada. It's gonna be somebody from New Japan as far as for the men. They're talking that's gonna kick the door down. It's either Okada, Tanahashi, Jay White, or Will Ospreay. Even though Will Ospreay has stated numerous times he don't.
I like the Punk one. That's hilarious.
If Punk ends up doing that, I will lose respect for him because he talked so much shit about them and said he'd never go back there. And what did he do? He went back there. Yes, I know money talks.
Let's say call him a sellout.
He did say that he would go back for a guap of money. So.
He did state that.
Still.
What? Look. If there's enough zeros, I'll wrestle anyway.
If there's not enough zeros, I'll wrestle there anyway.
I mean, I'm there too. Like, I'm
like, let's be real. Hey, okay, full transparency, Chaz. Let's be honest, okay. If someone was like, "Would you wrestle for $1 million?" You bet your ass I would. Would you wrestle for $100,000? Yeah. Would you wrestle for $100? Yeah. Would you wrestle for free? It depends on the show.
That's absolutely depends who it is.
We've already established that we're a whore. We're just kind of bartering the price now.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Listen, I'll be telling
$10 is $10 a Cliff.
Don't worry about don't worry what a 10 gets you, okay? Just worry that I'll be there.
10 gets you 30 seconds of promo time.
Fly ass promo time at that.
Exactly.
$10.
There we go. We got a couple of names that are getting dropped in. So we do have Bryan Danielson. That's not a bad choice.
That's not a bad choice. Walter. Is Walter though a big name to kick down the
because he's still part of the system.
Yeah, he's still part of the system. Oh God. No, Cliff, don't start.
Hold on. I want to put this up here first.
Free. Get that off there.
Keith, no. My price is set. Well, damn well know my price is.
Keith, as your tag team champion.
As the kayfabe junkie champion, no. And Rodney, you out here mentioning Walter, the most mid wrestler in WWE. You better get out of here with that crazy nonsense. I said it right here. Walter in WWE, mid.
I can't believe you didn't give him fucking mid.
Mid.
I wouldn't. Oh wait, you want to give him worse than mid?
You're like early prelim.
Nah.
I would see you're watching on Zoom, and I can't kick you out of here.
The problem with Walter,
hey, Chaz, I got something for you. It's right here.
I will say this, right? The problem with Walter in WWE is that we love Walter because, like, Walter in NXT is a monster. Walter on the Indies is a monster. Walter in the main roster of WWE is mid. He's mid. Like, and we saw that with the Survivor Series match where it was him, and we were like, "Oh, it's Walter," and he stood up next to Drew McIntyre, and it was like Drew was like clearly like one in better shape, but two taller, and like they were chopping each other. And guess what happened to Walter? Nothing. And guess what happened to Drew? That first chop that he threw at Drew was like, "Yeah, that hurt. I'm gonna chop you back though." Like that just tells you WWE looks for these giant ass monsters and they find them. And they're a dime a dozen to WWE. And unfortunately, Walter is a dime a dozen. Like he's very clean about all the work that he does.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But he's very good about the storytelling that he's doing. But in WWE, so is everybody else.
All right,
mid.
So back on. Let's keep this moving. Let's keep this moving. All right, we're going to our last topic for today's show. So I don't know if people know, but Terminus All Roads Lead Here is tonight. Is actually, I think it's going on as we speak. It just started at 6 Eastern time. So that's Jonathan Gresham's promotion out of Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's in Georgia. If I'm wrong on Atlanta, sorry, but I know it's in Georgia. He released the rules. They released the rules about last week. Yeah, last week, and pretty much saying that this is supposed to be a legitimate like wrestling type of feel. You know, there's no weapons, no closed fists. Really, really traditional wrestling. So the debate topic is Terminus leading up to be the new ROH? So I'm gonna start with you, Cliff. Then we'll go JJ. Then we'll go Damien. Then we'll go Lou, and then I'll end it off.
You start with me because you know how much I love like the pure rules of wrestling. Yeah, you know what? This is a good thing. Will it be the next ROH? No, but it will be the next pure wrestling of ROH. Especially with how much Jonathan has pushed behind it, all the talent that's getting signed onto it, and all the people that are coming along. It's going to be very niche. So I think a lot of people need to kind of like temper their expectations. It's going to be very niche, but it's going to be very awesome. And if you guys haven't checked out any of the matches for pure wrestling in ROH, by all means, I need you to go check that out because it's very cool. The rules are very, very set. They're very strict into what's going to be happening into it. But I like it. But I just think that as far as the pure championship goes from ROH and taking it over to Terminus, it's going to be very niche. It's kind of like Bloodsport. Like we love Bloodsport for GCW, but unfortunately, that's also very niche. Like there's only certain people who are gonna really dig into it. So yeah, for me, I think I don't think it's the next ROH, but I think it's gonna be the next class of pure wrestling, and I think a lot of people need to pay attention to it.
No.
Fuck you.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That was gonna be my mic drop, but you know what? Let me explain myself.
Okay.
Cliff basically made an excellent point. Football, just like this. I'm gonna put it like this: football fans would probably watch the XFL because it's football. Casual fans are gonna watch the NFL. Simple.
That's perfect.
Wow, so I wish I could disagree with, but no, yeah, it's not. It's definitely not. It's going to be its own thing. It's just like only certain people are going to like it.
Yeah.
You might get a casual fan here and there. They might stay, they might not. But like for the most part, if you really think about it, it's like a set certain style of wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's not an overall. So, but I think it's going to be good though. That's the thing. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing what they do.
Same. Go ahead, Lou.
No. I don't think it'll be the next ROH at all. Sorry, Cliff.
Okay. So I don't think it's going to be the next ROH. I think it's going to be the next I guess launch pad for your guys coming in to these big TV spots, whether it's Impact, AEW, or WWE. I do think it's going to be a launching point, especially how ROH was. I don't think it's going to be the next ROH, especially with ROH coming back in the next couple of months. I'm excited for it, like Cliff and pretty much like everyone was saying, it's going to be a niche. Like certain people are going to like it if you like that style. Oh, not necessarily that style, but that presentation of wrestling, then you're going to probably enjoy this. If you are your casual, WWE, and I'm gonna say WWE fan, you might not. You're like, oh, but where's the the storyline, or where's this? You might not necessarily like. You might check it out, because you might hear that there's a certain couple of people that are on there that you know of. You're like, oh, I'll check it out. You might not stay for the next one, but I do think it's going to be something big. whether this show tonight, I think tonight's show is going to be very successful. Some of the matches that were booked, I think, are fucking bangers just off the announcement. So I think the show is going to be really good. Whether or not it gets to, I think it's going to be a big thing. Like, we're going to be talking about Terminus a lot this year. I really do feel that. Like, we're going to be talking about them throughout the show this year. I definitely have a strong feeling that we're going to be talking about them. So it's going to be the next ROH, the new ROH. No, it's not. ROH is not dead. It's crazy. Sounds not dead. Even though it looked like it was dead after that last show, but it's not dead. They'll be back. But I think Terminus is going to be its own thing. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Well, okay, so one, I kind of want to follow up on your point. They did mention that, they did announce it the next day for ROH is coming back. So I think it's like April, right?
Yeah, it was like April,
They're only focusing on 3 titles. So you can have the men's title, the women's title, and the tag titles. That's it. So the trios and the television title and the pure title. Yeah, those are all gone. Much love to all 3 of those titles, especially with like Rhett Titus being the last television title, and then obviously the prestige that Jonathan Gresham brought to the pure title, and then of course STP with the trios. Like much love to those guys, but
OGs,
yeah, the OGs, especially now that we know that the Reverend and Khan will be on Now Entering, so you guys can check out that preview too. Quick plugs. Anyway, with that being said, though, it's like I said, Terminus is just going to be its own thing. So, Anthony, go fuck yourself.
It's funny. I give it to September. I give him to September. He's gonna be like, man, did you see Terminus? He's like, yo, my match of the week is from Terminus. You shake your head, but I know you. I have known you long enough and have talked to you plenty of times in the morning to know that you are definitely. I give it to September, and you know what? I'll even rate on the premiere season 3 show. I am putting $100 down.
Back.
And Chaz, you're not borrowing that money from me.
Yes, I am borrowing them. You're going half, motherfucker.
You're gonna buy me the new merch that we're gonna drop within this year.
That's the deal. That's the deal. I can do that. I'll buy you. Yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. Fine.
If it's 5 shirts, if it's 10 shirts, you're gonna buy them. If not, if I come along in by September, like, oh yeah, this is fucking legit, fucking awesome shit. I can't believe my fucking head exploded against this fucking wall with a shotgun. Fucking, I'll buy you it all.
Yo, chill out, Kurt Cobain. Okay.
Oh God. All right. It's now time for the greatest segment in all of 3 Count podcast segments. It is now time for the Red Dogs Power Rankings. Danger Zone.
I hope that chair falls.
If you fall off the chair.
Wow, I hope that chair falls. All right, so well, first of all, I want to touch back. What, that Kurt Cobain joke too soon? Is that what we're saying?
Nah.
Move on. So one thing that we're gonna do different this year that we did. One thing we're gonna do different this year than we did last year, right? No honorable mentions. You guys get the one honorable mention from me for the match of the week. No honorable mentions unless I absolutely feel like there has to be one. Also, with saying, again, WrestleMania week, you guys will see the top 20 because there's no way when there's so much wrestling going on the week of WrestleMania. It's almost impossible, especially 2-nighters, all the events. And I think Chaz and I are going to go to Dallas. We might have to work some shows.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Is I'm going to Dallas this year.
So let's get into our top 10, and we're going to start off with number 10. Dante Martin versus Powerhouse Hobbs on Dynamite.
Facts, bro.
Got to talk about it, right? Then we're going to get into number 9, which was the same exact match. CM Punk versus Wardlow on Dynamite. Two guys getting beat up He scored a win. I like both matches though, so I'm very much a fan of Dante, and I love seeing Jay Lethal come into Dante's match. But then, of course, CM Punk's matches. It's just CM Punk. Let's get to number 8. We're gonna talk about this match because this was a unification title match. It was very important, but it was Deonna Purrazzo versus Roxy on Impact. So, if you guys haven't checked that match out, I encourage you guys to go check that match out. We're gonna jump into number 6 because I accidentally put down the same match twice. I just saw that. It's number 6. It's gonna be Adam Cole versus Trent on Rampage. So say that because that is the match. Number 5. Somebody else called this out earlier, so we're gonna call it out now. Jungle Express versus Dark Order on Rampage. People will be like, "What? That's number 5." Yep, because number 4 is Laredo Kid versus Chris Bay on Impact. If you guys didn't check that match out, you need to. We're gonna jump into number 3, and it was Seth Rollins versus Big E on Raw. Just a great match. Just dudes beating the hell out of each other. Number 2, someone else mentioned this match as well, so we're gonna mention it here. Sammy Guevara versus Danny Garcia on Dynamite. So if that's the number 2 match, and you guys knew that was the match of the week, what is number 1? It's easy because he's currently, and some will debate he's the greatest of all time, but it was AJ Styles versus Grayson Waller on NXT 2.0.
Okay, so funny thing is this: I wasn't going. I don't watch NXT. I've already said I don't watch anymore. But I was going to watch, for that match. Now that you put it as number 1, I'm going to definitely watch it now before the end of the day. Because it was on my list to watch. I heard it was really good. So okay, all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed that match a lot. I thought it was really cool. Story was told really well, and it could have easily just been AJ walked in there and beat the hell out of Grayson, but I liked what I got. So go check it out, guys.
All righty, Cliff. I don't have a problem with your power rankings for the first time for the year. So, with that being said, that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. All righty. So I want to thank everyone who has stuck with us the entirety of this show, as I say every show, because this debate show can get off the rails. So,
and Rodney, I will beat you like a Cherokee drum.
Is
that racist?
They got violent really quick.
It did. Anyway, thank you for
wait a second.
The R in Red Dog is for racism.
I can't be racist. I'm Latin.
Oh God, here we go.
Wow,
I just want to get to the outro. Anyway.
Nope. This just got put up. I don't think you should call anybody boy.
He's talking about your penis.
With that being said, if you have not followed us on social media, do that. As you can see, all right, Anthony, put your finger down so you can point to the thing. No, the other way. There you go. Right there. As you can see, Josh, point up. As you can see right there, follow us on Twitter, 3count_pod, Instagram, 3countpod, and TikTok, 3countpod. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. Like our YouTube videos. Make a comment on it. All right. If you know somebody that likes wrestling, tell them to check out the 3Count podcast. All right. I promise you, we're more entertaining than Dave LaGreca and Bully Ray. So, with that being said, I'm your host, the Don Chaz Evans, 1/3 of the greatest trio in all of pro wrestling. Yes, I said it. Here with Red Dog, here with El Diabito, here with JJ, and here with Master Xehanort himself. This has been a awesome season 3 premiere of the 3Count Podcast Debate Show. Tune in next week for the next episode of the 3Count Podcast. Be there or be square.
Square.